Hello, I'm filmmaker Archie Wright.
Hello, and I'm ball painter Tim Baker.
Where tradition turns into stories, and stories turn into laughter. Stay tuned because this is the Shrovetide Podcast Season 2.
They all play hard, they all play well, but there's always stories to be told. That is why I have the great honor to say, Archie, Wright and Tim Baker, are you ready for the stories? Who will the guest be today? When the ball is rocked in red, white and blue, and the Englishman tries his best, the players get stories, which is why we are here. Archie, Wright and Tim Baker. Who is the guest today?
So Mick, when did you actually first get the Shrovetide book?
Probably very early 80s, Archie. I'd got an Uncle Andrew that goaled the ball in H, I think, did he, Tim?
Yes, he did do, yeah.
So we'd got the book sort of just about leaving school era, something like that.
Did you go when you was a kid to Shrovetide?
Yeah, as soon as you're old enough that your mum and dad would let you go down, which in them days, what would that be? Perhaps 11ish, is it?
Yeah.
Wasn't as busy.
No, it weren't as busy in them days,
so
was it?
Used to really enjoy it,
Yeah. So did you start to build like yourself? Did you start running and thinking about training, for this?
Not for quite a while. Was all right at cross country at school, and then being a teenager at school, all of a sudden you'd find that you was sort of half on a break or not far behind them and stuff like that, and it progressed and progressed up until I think I must have been about 18, 19 when we really started catching up with people. In them days, Jeff Harrison and Curry and all of that lot. Yeah. About then, yeah.
What memory have you got of watching Shrovetide? You said when you were like 11 or anything like when. So when was it roughly when you first went on your first break? Roughly, I think you were involved in Jonathan Dodd's, weren't you?
Went on. Me and Rob were lucky enough to be on Doddy's, But before that, my memory's awful on it. I think we caught up. Perhaps didn't go very near, but Jeff Harrison, I think Jeff took a ball down. I don't know whether it's the one he goaled or another one. We were sort of on that, and Gordon Creswell's behind Gordon when he goaled his. I don't know what year that was.
1982.
That's sort of around leaving school again, when we really sort of thought we were doing all right, catching up on a few breaks and really getting the bug, really. Yeah.
Were you ever a hug player?
No, it's too. Them lads in there too tough for me.
Did you ever get
too hard to work? Sorry.
Did you ever get in a hug and have a go?
The nearest I've ever been in a hug is when I've got caught and there's been half a dozen downers on top of me and I didn't like it.
No, you didn't. No, I don't blame you.
No.
When you were a young lad and you started getting on these breaks and things, did it ever cross your mind that one day you might goal one?
I don't know about cross my mind, but like a lot of Shrovetiders, had the crazy dreams where you've goaled the ball and you walk back to the green man and it turns into a golf ball, and a mate of mine text says his used to turn into a pancake, which is a good one.
Oh, that's a good one.
So,
but you thought about it at the back of your mind.
Back of your mind, but it was a long time playing because there hadn't been many balls up at Sturson. It was a bit of a drought.
Yes.
And didn't think a lot about it really, if I'm honest, at the time.
No, didn't cross your mind.
No, we just thought we'd keep trying and working hard at it and
brilliant.
See how it went, really. Yeah.
So can you tell us about how you goaled your ball?
Our gold mine, yeah. It was on the fish pond meadow, and there must have been a bit of a break, and Chris Fern scooped it up, and there was Alex, me, Chris and Alex Shipley went along the side of the fish pond, and it nearly didn't happen. As we was going along, Baggy Fern, Tim, he'd spotted it and was coming at us, and we thought, right, we're going to end up in the fish pond now, but luckily they just planted the trees, I would have thought, in them days.
That's right.
Round the pond.
Yeah.
Tim's coming like a raging bull. Next there was a twanging noise, and Tim comes wheeling over in front of us, so we jumped over him. Then ended up going up the side and through a lady's, not through the house, what did you call it, Tim?
Like an entry, side
There's
entry.
an entry with two doors either
That's right,
side.
side entry, yeah.
Yeah, we went through there. Luckily it was unlocked, bolted it behind us, then went through there onto another street, and for some reason we hid in a garden. I don't know why really, but we hid there, and then Ernie says, keep your head down, I can hear somebody. And like a fool, I stood up. Jeff Harrison, a few of his mates are looking straight at me, aren't they? Thinking, well, just my luck. Anyway, Jeff and a few of them said, right, let's not spoil it here. Run up the top of Derby Hill, and then we'll toss a coin up.
Absolutely.
Like that. So we went along with it, got to the top of Derby Hill, tossed a coin up, we won. So we headed off across the aerodrome then. But we'd already said, me, Algie and, on the meantime, Beano came. And all of us had half whispered together we'd go along with it, but we were that sick of running down. If we'd have lost the toss, we was going to have a go at taking it up anyway. Yeah, so went across the aerodrome to the top of the bank as you look down into Sturston.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then Jeff, who was still with us, there was another one or two, but I haven't asked them if it's all right to mention their name, so I'll keep that to myself. And Jeff says, you're going to struggle down there. If I were you lot, I'd have a draw up here for a start, just to narrow it down. So we had a draw. I won it, and I think Beano or, well, all three of them waited there with the ball while I went down to fetch. I found Bill, because even though we'd taken his ball up the day before, didn't really expect to get much of a look in really, because there was a lot of lads down there, rug players, that had done a damn sight more than me.
Right.
You know, my age group, even Mark Ellerby, Geordie, all of them lot had been working for perhaps 6-7 years hard.
How old were you when you got that, mate?
23.
23.
I were very lucky. And plus also the other generation that weren't lucky enough to get balls, Odgin Brown and Barry Hanley and all of that crew. I just thought there'll be a draw and that'll be it, which I'd have been happy about really. We'd been desperate to get balls up there, and I'd have been happy with that.
Why do you think the Uppards had such a rough time? What do you think? Why do you think that was until you really come along? What was? Had they just not got runners, or?
I think what didn't help, they weren't working as a team, and in them days they want a lot of trust, and people used to take it off other Uppards, didn't they? And it perhaps wasn't gold, it'd get to Sturston, it'd be quite a while and it wouldn't get gold. I don't know, no idea really.
So you had your ball repainted first, and then you had it repainted again by Tim, but in a Union Jack style. So can you tell us, like, how come you had it changed to the Union Jack style?
Well, it was just, Tim says, do you mind if I just put the modern touch to it? And I said, so long as my dog's on it, you can do as you like really. if I'm honest.
We did it that way, didn't we?
Yeah.
I don't think Mick had it.
And it was excellent job. No, I didn't really know. No.
But you're happy you have had it like that, though.
Yeah,
I will just say though, his Uncle Andrew did have a hand in how
I think he had,
how we like to see it. So I sort of spoke to Andrew and did it. As Mick said, he just wanted his dog on, and I said, well, let's have a couple of other things, because I think originally it got a dog chasing a rabbit or something.
Yeah, which I was into that, but I mean, it isn't. The folks don't like it, do they?
So Mick had his tractor on, your county tractor.
Tractor on, a work tractor,
and then what's
another work machine?
Yeah.
And my dog.
And his dog, and then obviously a crown on the back, I think, in the Mick somewhere.
Yeah.
Ron Ford who threw it up.
Yeah, I think was the caretaker. Town Hall wanted
Mick absolutely was, do you? Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
So, obviously, the Uppers have had this massive success, as we keep repeating, but it can't be changed or devalued in any way, and neither would I do that. So you think then the Uppers now play more as a team. So what are your thoughts, Mick? Do you still play Shrovetide now?
I go down, Tim, and just look, but them days are gone.
So what do you think the game's like now in this modern day 2026 or last year compared to when you were playing it? What do you think's changed, if there is any change?
Well, a lot really on the running side. There's still opportunities, but they're very rare, aren't they? You might have 2 or 3 times in Old Shrovetide where you get a chance.
Yeah.
It was a little bit, and the people, if you pick a ball up now, how'd you run through 2,000 women and kids?
So there's a lot of little folk, isn't they?
Yeah, it's like in the old days. One of our biggest stumbling blocks was Paddy Kerr. He was fantastic Shrovetide. He could hover round the hug, pick it up himself and just go. Well, I think even today, Paddy wouldn't be able to do that.
No.
Because how'd you get through all that crowd? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was awesome player. We couldn't live with him.
No.
Like that.
No, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about how you helped Dave Calladine goal his ball?
Dave's ball, yeah. There was snow on the ground, wasn't there, Tim?
It was, yeah.
And it broke, and it went right to the end of the last field on the wreck, being kicked, and nobody really dares bend down to pick it up. And my brother Steve just stopped before it went under the edge, grabbed it, chucked it over, and Matty Thornley's lad, even though he's a downard, turned round and booted it our direction. And then all of a sudden, out the blue, Bill Ratcliffe went crashing through the hedge, and Bill picked it up and did a field.
Wow.
And then Bill got to the end of the field. I jumped over the fence, and Bill chucked it, and I set off for Sturston. Then, as we were heading up there, I noticed Cowlers was running down below, but following the river, and it's a long way there. So I shouted to Dave, and eventually he came up. And in them days, you'd got to be careful. There were few people that used to hang around at the mill. If you were stupid enough to run up and jump in, you'd have had it took off you. So by this time, Cowlers had got the ball. I ran ahead about 100 yards, jumped in the river because it was on the... Was it on the...
It'd be on the bridge, Mick, hanging
the thing
down. That's the one up,
Yeah, I jumped in there expecting somebody to jump on me, and there were nobody there. So Call's jumped in and we goaled it, and there were nobody there.
Yeah.
And then Call's goaled it and then turned round to walk out the river. I says, you can't do that. Nobody, other than a lady and kids on the bridge.
Yeah.
I said, stop in here, we can have,
Yeah. No, yeah.
Make sure folks have seen you goal it,
A few witnesses, like.
Unique, really, but two of you been in a
very rare to get up there and no one to stop you. I remember that really clearly.
It's also in case someone might try and say when you're walking back, you didn't goal it, you know what I mean?
There's all sorts of things, Archie, that can come into it.
Luckily, like I say, I should know the the lady's name because she took a photo of it. Actually,
it was.
What was her name, Tim?
Oh, it was Susan Shotton's daughter, Susan Wilson.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't think of her name. Sorry, apologise, folks, but it was definitely Susan Shotton's daughter, Polly, I think it was. I'm sure that's who took it.
So it was
Lucy Willow's sister. Yeah.
So it was a weird experience, really. Nobody there. Me and Cal is absolutely screaming his heads off in the river because he's just.
Because Mrs. Ithersay, when she did the film, she put the photographs in, didn't she? Can you remember? Into the video of Dave and you in the water. There was no one there.
Remember, Tim? No.
Yeah, there was nobody there. No, I know there was ice floating on the water.
It was a cold year. Yeah.
So I have a question just to follow on, Mick, from that. You were born and bred at Paper House Farm, so you know every inch of the.
I wasn't born there. I moved there when I was about the time I was getting about 11. I think.
Oh, right,
about the time my mum let me go with the truth, darling.
Right. So we're living up that way, and obviously you know every inch of the countryside up there. Did you find that helped you with your game, getting to Sturston in the dark and stuff like that?
Yes, a lot. Because whether folks like it or not, when we moved to Paper House, we hadn't got paper rounds, had a lurcher and went rabbiting on a night, so really at night, within a mile and a half radius of Paper House, I knew where I was on the night in the dark anyway.
So you got that advantage, haven't you?
From Mappleton to Osmaston, Tarmac, that helped a lot.
Yeah,
I would have said.
Hey Mick, can you remember how you felt when your brother Steve goaled his ball?
Oh, yeah. I'm a bit of a softie like that. I think I cried on the way back to Ashburn, walking down Paper House Lane. Because Steve was a good player. I think when he goaled his ball, I think he wasn't really expecting it and ready for it.
Right.
But that's when he kicked into gear then and really played hard and repaid the people back that was kind enough to help him.
Do you think that's do you think that's what it's about, Mick? Do you think it's about repaying back the people who helped you? And would you ever gold another one?
No, it's a massive this is my show, Dad, on how we played as a team and you experience what you feel like goaling the ball yourself. Me personally, if you can be a part, whether big or small, of helping somebody to experience that and watch and see the look on the face and the family's face, it's up there with goaling your own ball.
That's a brilliant answer.
Really is.
It's a brilliant answer, yeah.
And the difference is you've got that buzz of goaling your own ball, and if you're lucky and you work hard and play at it, you can keep having that buzz. Watching all your mates and
then share the same pleasure you had yourself.
It we've done years. Some of my mates have it, you know.
So Mick, for the upwards, when did it start coming together as a team? Do you reckon?
I reckon around that 87 on Doddy's ball. We'd been with Doddy on that. He'd goaled that. And me and Rob was lucky enough to run Bills up year after, was it?
89.
89, yeah. I got mine. The year after Rob got his, 90. Did Callas get his?
90.
91.
Yeah. Mark Allaby in 92.
Yeah, that's it. And around then, it sounds daft, I reckon it must have been around the time Mark Allaby got his ball.
Yeah.
I saw Rob one day and he said, right.
Rob Godfrey?
Yeah, Rob Godfrey's idea, really. Well, it was his idea. He says, us runners are doing all right. Well, we've done all right. But do you fancy meeting up, training, and getting a few of the bigger lads in on it?
Like water players?
Yeah. And really start working as a team, not half a dozen of us. Try and get
so like building a
20, 30 of and a few rocked up and then a few more, and it started to the point where if we was on a year where they couldn't push it up, the young players, me and Terry Brown worked well together. I couldn't compete with Paddy. No. He could hover about the hug, pick it up and be gone. I needed somebody to do that for me, the sprinting. There was a lot of fit lads in them days we was up against. Rich Wheeldon, Blory, Gary Baker.
My uncle.
He stopped me on a lot of times. That's when Terry Brown came in. He says, I'll do that. Terry, you'd keep an eye all day, and if you saw an opportunity, told him if he got the word to the Allaby lads, there was a fair chance something was going to happen. And a few times it did.
Brilliant.
And people go balls because of that.
Yeah, did it shock you, Mick, how it did take off for the uppers? I mean, it didn't just take off a bit, it took off a lot. Did that come as a bit of a shock to you?
Not
or a surprise, maybe?
Not in the end, really, because there was a lot of trust. We weren't just, we were like a brotherhood, you know, and everybody trusted each other. It's a big thing. If them lads in the hug have been playing hard 4 or 5 hours and it's going nowhere, and they chuck it out, it's a big thing, isn't it? Because they might not even see that ball.
No, that's true.
Ball rather. You'll have to
it is alright. I don't know, we all got what you meant.
But in the end, at a certain, if it had been played a certain way and we picked it up, we probably wouldn't go straight in with it. We'd got a hardy spot to give them enough time to get there, so Algie and the Allaby brothers and everybody could get a game plan and we'd played well, and give them lads that play hard in the hug a chance of
bite of the cherry,
goal in the ball. Because at the end of the day, it's them lads that do all the work. Without the hug players, us runners probably wouldn't have had a lot of success, if I'm honest.
No, that's
half of the time it were them lads feeding it out, and we were just at the end of a well-oiled machine, really.
Yeah, it's a good way of putting it.
Fantastic. Yeah,
absolutely.
It was an honour to be a part of it with them lads, if I'm honest.
So you look back on those playing days with pride?
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah. Quite emotional about it at times. It's a big thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Do your sons play Shrove?
My son plays Shrove Tard. Yeah.
Do you think you might goal the ball one day? Would you like to see that?
Well, everybody'd like to see it, wouldn't you? All I say to him on that game, you only get out what you put in.
Right.
So we'll have to sort his act out, won't he?
So Mick, obviously you've got a lot of pride in the fact that you've supported many upwards, and I know that there's many upwards who are indebted to you for what you've done to help them goal the ball. What downers did you really admire in your playing days? You've mentioned Paddy, anybody else?
Jeff Harrison, without a doubt. From being a young teenager, I used to watch Jeff, where he stood, what he did, and he'd got the gift of finding it. It was as though he could smell it. If we had an idea in the day and I trotted over to have a look at a way out of somewhere, a gap or something, Jeff had already thought of it, and he was probably even stood there. He just got that gift, Jeff, as he was
of reading it.
Strong runner, strong chap. In my view, my experience, Jeff was the one I would say on our side, I admired the most.
And I have to say, you've mentioned it already, you did play against my uncle Gary Baker. And you had 1 or 2 tussles with him.
Very good player, strong lad. Just one of them unfortunate things where it just didn't play out for him.
Yeah.
But I can remember close in, if I ever tried to pick it up without Terry Brown doing the work, umpteen times Gary's had me down, and he's a big lad. Once he'd got them arms wrapped around your legs, you were going nowhere now.
He's not very well at the moment, so we're pleased to know about that.
I know, good player, a lot of respect for him. Rich Wheeldon, another one. Webby, Ady Webb, brilliant Shrove Tard, Gary, Clark, no, not Gary Clark. Kev Clark. Oh, Nobby Clark.
Yeah.
One of the best in his time, wasn't he?
Yeah, brilliant.
You know, he'd fight you. Sometimes he was a very good runner. Mm-hmm. He'd got the lot, hadn't he?
Well,
good player.
I've always supported Downers, as you know, but my uncle Joseph Burton was a Ron Cuppards, and he goaled 7 balls at Sturston. Now, what does that make you think? 7.
Had he got no mates?
I don't know what happened, but he goaled 7. No, probably not. He probably was selfish. I don't know, but he goaled 7.
No, it's a feat, isn't it?
Do you know his first one, Mick? He was 11 when he goaled his first one.
Oh, crumbs.
11 years old. Amazing, isn't it?
It is.
So, Mick, a lot of people who've done this podcast have credited you with changing the game in the late 90s. What are your thoughts on that?
I was lucky enough to get my own ball and help Bill and Rob, but really after that, when we started playing as a team, that's exactly what it was. By the time I ended up with it at the end, perhaps 40-50 people had something to do with that. If it wasn't for working as a team, we would not have had the success that we've had.
Brilliant.
Yeah, fantastic, yeah.
So Mick, you've obviously, mentioned some good downwards there. What about the upwards? Who was formidable, and who did you play with on the upwards, on your own team, basically?
Oh, it's got to be the old players again. First name that spring to mind. Mark and Simon Ellaby, awesome players. Them lads would get stuff done and make stuff happen. Geordie, Algie, basically all the Hug players. I admire them for doing an 8-hour shift, getting knocked about and banged and bruised.
And you said you learned a lot from John Dodd?
Oh, John, yeah. Learned a lot from Doddy over the years. In the days without mobile phones, of course, you'd got to use your brain.
Of course.
Who'd got it, where they'd go. Doddy, if he knew who'd got it, I've been with him, he'd take a shortcut, 2 or 3 times we've done it, and sit, and they've run past, and he's found them.
Brilliant. Amazing.
Which is a good feat, isn't it?
It is, though, yeah.
Yeah.
And Archie, you asked the last bit.
So, pretend that there's loads of Shove Tiders watching you, and there's a lot of people that look up to you. So what do you want to say to all the Shove Tiders of Ashmore?
Basically, keep at it. You get out what you put in. Keep goaling balls at both ends. Get them goaled. More importantly, respect the game or you'll lose it. Respect the marshals. They do a fantastic job. At the end of the day, they're there to protect you and to protect the game. Up with it. How about it?
There's a town still plays this glorious game, though 'tis but a little spot, and year by year the contest fought from the field that's called Shawcroft. Then friend meets friend in friendly strife, the leather fort again